At this point in time, I'd ask unanimous consent to enter into the record a document indicating that the law firm representing Tony Bobulinski was paid $10,000 as recently as January of this year by the Save America PAC, which you may recognize as Donald Trump's PAC.
Without objection.
Sir, I definitely have always had issues with your credibility, as I know that you are very well aware of. So let me remind you of what happened behind closed doors.
You should ask O'Connor about my credibility.
I haven't asked you a question. Okay?
You are?
When I haven't. So when I ask you a question, that's when you answer. Otherwise, I'm talking. So.
Excuse me?
And in Crockett's continued remarks, you're going to see why. Well, they just don't have any trust in this guy.
With my time, because it's my time, I want to be clear that when we were behind closed doors, you called a number of people liars. You called the Wall Street Journal liars. You called Cassidy Hutchinson a liar. You called the FBI a liar. You called Rob Walker a liar. You called James Gilliar a liar. You called Hunter Biden a liar. You called Jim Biden a liar. And just today, you added to your list, you called my colleague, Congressman Mr. Goldman, a liar as well. It seems like, according to you, the only person that's telling the truth is you, and everyone else is lying. But I want to move on to something else.
Is that a question?
It's not a question.
Okay.
You'll know when I ask you a question, I promise.
Smart aleck. As she was reading all of the entities and people that Bobulinski had accused of being a liar, for some reason, Jay-Z's beat. Jay-Z beat was in my head, and I think it could be turned into something. I do. Some kind of pop culture rap about the state of the union. This is truly where we are at this point. I have an aversion to this guy just based on what I've heard in these little clips, Jordan. Discuss his demeanor in testifying here. Again, not the first time.
He was incredibly disrespectful, and I think you can look at how he interacted with other members of that panel during that hearing, and you can see a clear difference. He was just blatantly disrespectful to Representative Crockett, interrupting her, mocking her, the indignant excuse me. No, you're a witness in a panel, and you're there to answer their questions. You're not there on an equal playing field. I mean, you could criticize that structure all you want, but that's how it is. And everyone who has been called or subpoenaed before Congress has to go through the same thing. It's just blatantly disrespectful. And just having seen other clips, his tone and demeanor was noticeably different with her and other women of color than other people, and especially conservatives. So he went in there indignant, defiant, disrespectful. And I think on the integrity point, when you're taking money from Trump's PAC and then you're in there, like, you do have compromising ethical issues. You do have a conflict of interest. It does seem like he's a partisan hack, and he's going in there calling everyone else who might say something different, believe something different, or have a different point of view that might go contrary to his, they're liars. Well, they're not the ones taking $10,000 from Trump's PAC. They're not taking money from a Biden PAC that we know of. It really underscores how much of a charade this is, that this is one of the best guys the Republicans can get.
Yeah, if this is only the best people, you're in trouble, baby. And Jordan, spot on. And I'm so glad that you noticed what I saw and heard too. It's like when one parent is disrespectful to the other, the children pick up on that, okay? And then they feel as though they can disrespect that parent who's being undermined. Okay, in this case, he wasn't about to come in there and take direction from a Black woman.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.